Hey y'all, this is Derek Becker from DerekBecker.com, and I want to talk about the 5 major triads that you can play over a dominant chord. And these are good to know because as you approach a dominant chord and you want to alter it, instead of thinking of some kind of scale or thinking about a mode of a scale, like an arpeggio that you can play based off of that scale that you're thinking of. I'm thinking, in this case, like some kind of melodic minor, super Locrian, arpeggio or triad or something like that. Just think about it like this. Think about what major triads can you play over that chord that sound good, and there's 5 of them. Not to mention the one that is the actual, this. Like in the case of B flat minor 7 to E flat 7, I'm not talking about that one, the one that establishes that E flat 7 chord. Other ones. There's 5 other ones that you can use. So to show this, I want to do a different type of voicing. I want the 2 chord. I'm going to do this all in B flat to E flat 7. And then I want you guys to work through this in all 12 keys and get familiar with what are your options in these other 12 keys. And then play through some songs, and when you get to these, to these 2 5s in these various keys, try to implement this stuff, at a slow tempo and think about it, You can run up the arpeggio or run up the triad and back down again, something just real simple like that. It'll definitely give the context of what you're trying to do. You don't have to play a bunch of fancy notes or something really fast. You can just do that, and it gives your solo a lot more depth. So I'm going to do a different type of voicing. Instead of doing the A and the B voicing like we've talked about, I'm going to do a more fourthy voicing. So, and I'm going to basically disregard this octave rule here because I need the span of the keyboard. So I'm going to start with root. I'm going to go up a 4th to the 4th or 11th, another 4th to the 7th, another 4th to the 3rd, and then I'm going to go just up a major 3rd to the 5th of E flat or B flat minor 7. So it sounds like this. So that's how I'm going to start off my 2 chord. I want you guys to do this in all 12 keys too. And then after that, just play that, the root and the 3rd. We may throw in the 7th on a couple of these chords to make sure, to show you that they sound good even with the 7th included. Because frankly, that's what defines the dominant chord is your root, major, and your 7th. Your major 3rd and your 7th. I mean, that's enough for someone to hear what you're doing. All right, so let's start in order. We're gonna go in an ascending order. Okay, so basically this is where these chords start on. If you want to think about it like this, these 5 chords are gonna start on the 9th, the sharp 9, the sharp 11, the flat 13, and the 13. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. The 9th, the sharp 9, the sharp 11, the flat 13, and the 13. Those are where your 5 arpeggios are going to start. You can do triads, not arpeggios, triads. And you can do any inversion that you want, on your horn when you're actually doing this. But for here, I just want you to connect the dots. I want you to know that when you're over E flat 7, you can play these various triads and they're going to sound great. So in this case, you can play an F triad. You can play G sharp triad. You can play a B triad and a C triad, and I'm talking here in concert, of course. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see what this sounds like. So first we're going to do the 2 chord. Now we're going to go to here, and I'm going to play, this is going to be a Lydian sound, like this. So that's the F major triad over E flat. Okay, so that's one of them. The next one we're going to do is off the sharp 9. And it's going to be like this. Or like this. So, frankly, all we really have is a sharp 9. Everything else is a chord tone. 7, 5, and then we were playing these anyway. And then we go to here. I don't play that one very often because I feel like it doesn't really add a whole lot of color to the chord. I mean, it's just basically one new note from whatever the piano player or the bass player is trying to convey anyway. So, you know, it's there, but it's not my go-to. These next 3 are my go-to. Okay, so we're going to now do the one off the sharp 11, or the tritone. This is basically a tritone sub. This is a tritone sub. This is what a tritone sub is like defined as. And we're going to go like that. So there I am, you know, I'm playing the tritone of that of that chord. So I'm playing an A major triad. Okay. So the next one is going to be off of the flat 13. This is going to be a B major triad, and this is one of my favorites. So this, I'm going to add in the 7th, and we're going to go. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's a nice one. And then the last one is going to be off the 13, so it's going to be a C major triad. And I'm going to add the 7th. We're going to do this. Yeah. Now, an altered chord with the 13 in it, that is not derived from a melodic minor scale. That is derived from a diminished scale. So I'm gonna have a video on that, but just so you know, when you play the triad off of the 13 like that, that is giving it like a diminished quality. So it's kind of a unique sound, you know, more than just altered, because you're keeping a natural 13 instead of a flat 13. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Practice this in all 12 keys. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video.